Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us on this webinar today on an overview of Zoho CRM. My name is Purnam and I'm happy to be delivering this webinar today. I'm going to run you through what Zoho CRM has to offer for your business. By the end of this session, my job is to help you get started with all the working bits in place. So before we can get started, may I know all the attendees present here can hear my voice? Am I audible? If yes, you can just let me know your response in the questions tab that you see at the right side panel of your webinar tool. Right. Thank you so much for your response. Let me get started. All right. So let's take care of a few basic things before we get started. If you have any questions during the course of the webinar, feel free to type them in the comment box on your screen. Our dedicated support team waiting for you online will help you by answering your questions that you may have, or these questions will be answered once the session is completed. I'm also recording this session and will send out a follow-up email with a recorded version along with the other details that I may mention during this presentation. Also, please share your feedback with us on this webinar on Twitter, mentioning at Zoho CRM or by tagging us using hashtag Zoho CRM. So we'll be looking at Zoho CRM and how it can help you choose close deals smarter, better, and faster. Also, how you can get started with using Zoho CRM. So the very first step is to set up Zoho CRM for your organization, which means getting your sales team in. With Zoho CRM, this is a lot easier than it sounds. So the first step is to add your users into your CRM and also set roles and permissions to each one of them. So let's see how to set this up in the application. So switching to Zoho CRM account and go to settings icon at the top right corner and choose setup. Under users in control, I got security control where I got profiles and roles. Roles determine what a user can or cannot do in CRM. Profiles. Profiles give access to what users can see, create, edit, or delete. Zoho CRM comes with the administrator and a standard profile by default. You can also create new profiles. So to create a new profile, all you need to do is click on the new profile button that you see at the top right corner and add in the information that suits your organization and click create. So once a profile is created, you can just click on the profile name and where you will have an option to enable or disable the various access that you would like to give that particular user. Maybe to view or need to create or need to delete and so on. So this is not only for the modules, we also have it for the other tools like import and export, for send email tools, and others we have something like to print or to find and merge. And you have also set up permissions like based on the admin level or email level and so on. So coming back, roles determine who can see what and determine a user's position in the organization hierarchy. For example, a CEO, a manager, or a part of a sales team. So to create a new role, click on the new role button and you can set it up accordingly. Right? So when the user's profiles and roles is everything being set up, as you know, like every business is unique and so are its needs. Right? So getting Zoho CRM to replicate your unique business needs is quite literally just as easy as a simple drag and drop. So in Zoho CRM, you can customize your modules, layouts, and fields. So let's look at how you can do this with CRM. By default, in Zoho CRM, you have modules displayed in the modules tab like leads, accounts, contacts, deals, activities, reports, social, and so on. So to create a new module, go to settings at the top right corner and choose setup. Under customization, click on modules and fields. So to create a new module, click on new module and you can create it. And what if that if you would like to rename the existing ones? So next to the module, when you mouse over, you will have an option to rename and you can rename as per your needs. And also there might be some modules that would not suit your business requirement. So you can click on organize modules and you can just move the module that is not required and click save. So assume that we have created a new module called buyers here. Okay, so which is more relevant to real estate organization. So in this module we can create respective fields, respective layouts, and so on. So I'm just clicking on this module and I have layouts already created, residential and commercial. So residential, which will have all the details concerning about the residential projects, and commercial layout will have all the details about the commercial projects. So in order to create a layout, you can just click on create new layout and you can create it. So for this layout, you can have a specific defined fields with respective to the layouts. So if residential layout, I will have these information in, and if I want to create a new field, I can just simply drag and drop it here. So once I drag and drop it, I can just enter the field name and so on. If I want to make a field mandatory, I can just click on this gear icon here and I can make it as marked required. If I want to remove this field, I can just click on this delete icon, confirm, and the field will be removed, and click save layout, right? So the same way, if I want to create it for the commercial layout, I'll be choosing the layout name and doing the same, right? So that is about creating fields, hiding fields, making them mandatory, and so on. So once you set up all the fields and modules, so the first thing that you would be looking at in Zoho CRM will be the home tab, right? So your home tab is the first thing that you see as soon as you log into the CRM application. And it's one of the most important sections as well. So this makes customizing its flavors to your business all the more important. So let me show you my home tab. And this is my home screen. So in this home screen, I have two types of views here. One will be the classic and one will be the customizable. So the classic view by default, it has only like three components, right? So where you would see like my task, that is the task that you have created. And today's event will have, if you have any appointment scheduled for the day, then that will be listed here. And if you have any pipeline by stage, there's nothing but this is a graphical representation of the different stages of the pipeline that you have for the different potentials, right? So that will give you an pictorial format. So this view is something, it's a default one which cannot be customized or modified. Apart from classic, you have customizable view. In this view, apart from what all the task or events is being scheduled, if you would like to see other informations like opportunities closing the current month, leads by sources, pipeline by probability and all, you can just create it accordingly just by clicking on the add content button. So in the real estate example, the regional sales manager of Europe would want to see how each region is performing in terms of sales. There is also an option to share your home dashboard with specific roles of your organization. Let's choose the customize homepage option at the top right corner. And I'm clicking on edit properties. And I can share to which all roles I need to share this dashboard with. This way you can make people view what they should. So now that your CRM account is set according to the business needs, your next concern will be data, and the data that is clean and free from any duplicates. So data in Zoho CRM can be got from different sources, and the most important source are imports. Import, which lets you get your data from the external sources. Many of you may have used Excel or have just come from another CRM. In this case, you would need your records to get into the CRM application. Zoho CRM lets you do this easily without the fear of any duplication. All you need to do is go to the settings, right? So switching into Zoho, let me take any module, let's say lead or a contact. And at the top right corner, I have an import option. Under import, leads. So if you're going to migrate your data from the existing CRM to any other existing CRM to current Zoho CRM, you can choose from which CRM that you would like to get the data from. If not from a simple Excel file of a CSV format or an XLS, so on, you can choose supported formats, choose your file, click on browse to take it further. Right? So while you handle this, there'll be so much data where there will be a possibility of uh, duplicates entering your CRM system. How would you deal with that? It's pretty simple with the deduplication feature that we have. So to deduplicate, go to the leads module. At the top right corner, you have three dots. Click on it and you have deduplicate leads. You can deduplicate different fields of your records. So the second source of data are web forms. So web forms in Zoho CRM will help you to embed a form created from your CRM and embed it in your website. Right? So whoever fills the form in your website, that gets pushed as a lead inside the CRM system. A crucial point to be noted is that building these forms requires no expertise in coding. You can simply drag and drop the required fields to build your forms. So I'm going to show you how a form is being built in Zoho CRM. Getting to the Zoho CRM settings icon, setup, under developer space, we have web forms. Choose for which module. Right, click on create web form. And just drag and drop the required fields that has to be filled by your customer. Click on next step and enter the form name, form location URL, that is in which page of your website you're going to embed this form, landing page URL in which after they submitted which page it has to be redirected to, and select which user it has to be assigned to and click save. Once you click save, on the screen you'll be getting a source code like this. You need to copy the source code and embed that in your website. By doing so, the data gets dragged. Now let me open my website, which is Zilka Interiors, and I have a contact form. Right? And I'm going to enter the name. Company. Email. Entering the captcha. Submit. So once I submit here, the data gets tracked inside the Zoho CRM under the leads module. You can just have a refresh and you can just check for the record, right? So that is about the web forms. So once all your leads are in, your CRM is set according to your needs, right? So which will have like clean data, and if you're ready to get started, it's time to configure some automation. So for your business to function smooth and increase your team's productivity, So let's start from the leads and that you get in your business every single day. Most of the time, you would manually have to assign it to a particular sales rep. But as your business grows, doing this manually every single time is not the best option. So we have assignment rules here. So assignment rules in Zoho CRM let you get the right leads to the right hands. You can do this in two ways. One is based on a specific condition and another one is based on a round robin method. So assign leads based on a specific condition. For instance, you may want to assign leads coming from a particular region to a particular salesperson, or you may want to assign leads from a particular source to a particular salesperson. Assignment rules make this happen. So let's see how this works. So we'll be setting up an assignment rule just by getting into the CRM application, setting setup. Under automation, we have assignment rules. You'll be creating a rule and you'll be setting it the criteria. For example, I have set a Zilker assignment rule, and if the criteria meets, assign to a particular user, which is a direct assignment, or if you want to assign the leads to equally to all the users in the organization, then you can choose round robin pattern and you can click on save. So that is the assignment rule, right? So you've got the leads coming in and you've got the right person on it. Wouldn't it be great if you could find out which are the right ones to focus upon? That's exactly what you can do with scoring rules in CRM. So now let's have a quick look at how it actually works. So go to setup. Under automation, I have scoring rules. I'll be adding multiple criteria here, like if lead source is ad campaigns, add 10 points, and if lead industry is large enterprise, 10 points. So I can add multiple criteria in such a way that my scores are being added. So when I get back to any leads and when I just check for any particular, um, record, it just gives me the score. Based on this score, I can take an immediate action on it. Right? So followed by this, we have seen how scoring rules works. Now we have our leads assigned and scored, right? So what about the several tasks that are a part of your workday? Your team probably spends hours together doing them manually when there's actually an easier way out. With workflow rules, you can automate most of those tasks. So workflow rules will help you to automate most of your follow-up activities. And now let's say we create a new rule to send a welcome email to every new lead that comes into your CRM. So to do this, I'm getting into the CRM application, choosing settings, setup. Under automation, I have workflow rules. Okay, so to create it, click on a create email, choosing leads module, entering the rule name, enter the description if any, choose a record action, that is whenever a record is getting created, if based on any specific condition or based on all records. Either I want to do an instant action or schedule action. Instant means as soon as the criteria meets, it will trigger an email or task will be updated. But schedule is something that after 2 hours or after 2 days, if you want to trigger the rule, it will do it accordingly. So send email. To whom do you want to send an email? Choose the email alert or create new email. Right, and then you can, along with that, you can also create a task like new task, enter the name, fill up the details and save in associate, and finally click on save, so that whenever a lead is created, this workflow rule will be applied accordingly, right? So that's with the workflow rules. But this was to automate the individual sales activities. But what if you want to automate your entire sales process? That's when you can use Blueprint in Zoho CRM, which is what we call the easiest way to do the process automation. We will talk more about this during our automation webinar in the future. And now we are going to see macros. Let's take a case where your sales rep tries to contact 50 leads per day, right? He manages to speak to 35 and 15 goes to voicemail. In this case, what he usually does: update their field to attempted to contact, send out an email stating that they tried contacting them, and schedule a follow-up task for themselves. What he can do is select all 15 records and run a macro. That would send an email, update their fields, and schedule his next follow-up task accordingly. So to do this, first we need to create a macro, right? So to create a macro, first select any record and you have run macro, under which you have create macros. So enter a macro name, description, what email that you want to send, what is the field that you would like to update, and what is the task that you would like to create, and click on create button. Once it has been done, your macros will be saved. So for all the leads which has the status attempted to contact, I can select all, right? And I have an option like left voicemail. So when I choose the macro name, it gives me lead status will be updated, email will be sent using voice template, uh, and a task will be created with a subject follow up. And when you click on run, all these three actions will be met. So when everything has started to work, the next important thing is communication. Your leads and prospects are everywhere, and you will have to reach them through every channel. The good news is Zoho CRM is truly a multi-channel: email, telephone, chat, social, in person, and so on. So, email is still one of the most trusted sources of communication. Zoho CRM lets you see the full history of your communication with your prospects. Email analytics gives you insights of your click-through rates, viewer status, and email template performance, and so on. So to do this email integration, go to settings icon at the top right corner and choose setup. Under channels, you have emails. By default, when you are sending email to Zoho CRM tracks only the sent email. But what happens if the recipient is responding to that email? Those emails will fall in your mailbox and not inside the CRM application. For that, we are doing this email integration where we will be adding all the server details. Along with that, email sharing, if you would like to share your emails with any users, you can make the sharing. And email insights, if you would like to see whether the email has been opened or clicked or bounced by the recipient, you can just enable this option so that you can track it accordingly. So when you just go to a particular lead, okay, in the left side panel you have email section, under which you will have this drop down box. So when you select email sent from CRM, email sent from CRM will be tracked accordingly. And when you choose the username, email that has been received from the user will be tracked. And along with that, sales inbox is another innovation where email client built exclusively for the salespeople, helping them get CRM context to their mails. So we have a sales inbox here. So where you can prioritize your emails based on your leads, contacts, or your customers. And here it is. So if any emails from colleagues, that will be tracked. And if you get any emails that is not registered as a lead or a contact in Zoho, that will be tracked under not in CRM section. From here, you can just simply drag it to the contacts and leads column so that you can create lead or a contact. Okay, or from contacts and leads, if you want to create a deal, then you can just simply drag and drop it to create a deal. So that's what the sales inbox is. And the next channel that we would like to show you is we have which is telephone. Go to setup. Under channels we have telephony. So we nearly support like 25 telephonic providers that we have in the system. And these are some of the telephonic providers, Avaya, RingCentral, Ringio, Twilio, and so on. In my account, I have configured my Twilio. Okay, so assume that we are going to get a call, right? So let me make a call to the number. Right, I'm just making a call from my hard phone. That is, if customer gives a call. Now we'll be receiving a call here, right? So I can just click on answer and I can speak here. And if I want to create, because this is an unknown number, if I want to create a lead, I can click on the plus symbol and I can create a new lead or a new contact, right? So once my call is done, I can click on end call and I can enter the description here and save. Now you can see the call details when you go to the activities, incoming call, the test description that we have entered, and these are the details. You can also add lead or a contact from here also. Click on the plus symbol, add, right? So that is about the telephonic feature, and the next feature would be the channel would be social. Under channels we have social. Here you will be configuring your Twitter, Facebook account, and Google Plus and all. And also we have automate lead generation. So for your Twitter, Facebook, and Google Plus, if someone mention or replies what you would like to add them, add as a lead or a contact and assign to which user. And same for Facebook and same for Google Plus. Assume that you have configured all your accounts here. What if that someone posts or messages or gives us like? How can you, response to their post? So go to the social tab, which is available in the CRM, and here you can track all the posts from the unknown customers, from your leads and contacts, from your open deals and your customers. So to view the conversations that you had, you can just click on a particular post and you can see what they have posted and what you have responded to it. The replies, likes, everything can be done. And for Twitter messages, you can just simply, you can uh, put like, reply, tweet, and so on. Okay, so that is about the social channel. And next we have next channel would be chat. So accessing the chat history of your leads, contacts, and customers is one of the important feature. You can also convert your live chats into leads, add deals, and create follow-up tasks right from your chat window. So this is something that we need a Zoho Sales IQ application integrated. Once you integrate Zoho Sales IQ with Zoho CRM, all right, and you will be receiving when you will be receiving the live chats on your screen. So let me log into the Sales IQ application. And I have my website here. Okay, so if anyone visits my website, I would be notified in my tracking circle like this. Okay, it's based on which part of the country they are visiting. So if it is from India, Indian flag will be displayed. If it is from the other countries, the respective flags will be displayed. I can just click on it. You can see from which country, which browser, what is the operating system, and also you can see start chatting. Hello, you can start chatting with them. So they get a pop-up here, and they will also will be start chatting. Or if you would like to initiate a live chat, you can just click on here and you can start a live chat. Right? So this information to track it as a lead or a contact. So you will have the settings in the sales IQ where integrations under Zoho CRM. So where to add the new visitor as a lead or a contact. When you enable this option, automatically this particular visitor will be added as a lead in the Zoho CRM system. Right? So that is about the chat feature we have. And the next channel would be is through in person. What's the best way to reach your prospect? Communicating with them in person? Yes. So Zoho CRM's mobile app is designed to make such meetings on point. Things you can do from the app will be you can check your notes before a meeting, look at the map to locate prospects nearby. We also have this amazing feature on it called check-in, which lets your team know where you are, just like the check-in on your Facebook, and that lets your friends know where you are. So to give you a heads up on how Zoho CR mobile app works, let me show you some screenshots here. So to view contacts and leads nearby the location, here it is. Okay, you can see your home screen, and you can also add your contacts, right? You can also import it from the address book. And you can directly convert a lead from the mobile app. You can create a potential, edit a record, delete a record. You can change this view all contacts or only contact that you would like to choose. Send email. This email icon is where you can send email, and this is the check-in icon that I was talking about. When your salesperson is in the customer's place, he can click on this option so that he is checked in at its customer place. By this way, you can know that the agent is in the customer's place. Okay. There's another app in Zoho CRM called the Card Scanner app, which let you take the pictures of business cards to save leads to CRM before you lose track of them with another feature in CRM. Right? So you have the channels all set up, and the next thing that you would be doing is you'll be setting up the day-to-day activities. Right? So the day-to-day activities can be categorized in such a way like calendar events, tasks, calls, and so on. So calendar events is something that where you are creating an appointment for your lead or a contact. Task is setting up a task so that you're completing the work for that particular contact on time. And calls is scheduling a call. So let me take a sample lead or contact, anything it would be, and I have this lead now. So I want to create a task or an event. In the left side panel I have open activities. I can create a new task or new event or a new call. If I want to do a new call, I can click on it and I can just enter the subject, call type, and I can click on start calling so that the call will go through. Okay, so that is about the activities. So now that the conversations have begun, wouldn't you want to know about the performance and also track everything that's happening? Zoho CRM helps you with all of these. Firstly, which these amazing feature called advanced filters. Say you want to know leads without notes for 30 days, without follow-up tasks, or deals that are closing this next month, or with no follow-up activities associated. Advanced filters in Zoho CRM helps you discover such information so you can work instantly on them. So let's see how this works. In Zoho CRM, I have my leads module, and in left side panel, I have my smart filters. So I can filter leads by activities without any open activity, and without email not sent, and I have notes without any notes, and I can click on apply filter. When I click on apply filter, I also have an option to save this filter for my future purposes. Okay, so once you've been filtered all the respective information, we also have our trusted reports and dashboards that will give you the detailed insights about your sales activities. So in Zoho CRM, we have a reports module here where reports are created by default for all the modules. Okay, and these are the report folders that has been listed, and we have let's take deal reports. We have pipeline by stage, pipeline by probability, and so on. So when I click on a specific report, you would see the status here. This is the sectoral representation, followed by which we have the report information. If I want to export this report, I can click on export, export to Excel, CSV, or a PDF. If I want to edit this report, I can click on edit, I can edit it. Or apart from this, if I want to create my own custom reports, I can click on create report and I can create it. Or if I need reports automatically sent to my mailbox, then I need to use scheduled reports. So in the left side panel, I have scheduled reports here. So in this scheduled reports, what I can do is I can click on new report scheduler, and I need to choose which report that I need in my mailbox every week or every month or every year. Choose the date and time, choose the users who all should receive these report, and click on schedule. Based on the date and time that you set, the information will be sent. Reports. So I think that is all that we have discussed, but actually no, there's more in Zoho CRM when it gets real time and intelligent. So while you are communicating with your prospects, what if we said you can track and know how effective each communication has been? Has your mail has been opened, delivered, clicked, or bounced? So sales signals, right, will have, I mean, where you can have where you have to click on the bell icon that is being displayed at the top, and this gives you the option based on who is being opened, what email has been bounced, who has opened the email. So to set this up, go to the settings icon at the top right corner and choose setup, and under which we have channels, sales signals, and you have all the mediums, and you can just enable or disable the mediums that you wish. Apart from this, there is also someone we want to introduce you to. Please meet Zia, the AI powered sales assistant for Zoho CRM. What does she do? She intelligently suggests you the best time to contact, detects anomalies, keeps track of CRM activities, and also suggests the relevant macros. Right? So let me show you where it can be seen. Let me open a record, lead, or a contact. We have this orbit, and at the top right corner, it just gives me what's the best time to contact, at what time, in how many hours and minutes. Right? So that's bring us to the end of our webinar today. We are now open for questions. Please don't hesitate to reach out to our support team for any other further queries you may have. And thank you again, and we look forward to having you on another webinar in the future. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day ahead.